Alright, we now have a pointy metal claw, which we can use for our Loboto disguise. Let's see what Fred thinks of that.
Excuse me, sir?
My name is Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh, excuse me. Mr. Bonaparte.
Shh, I only think I'm Napoleon Bonaparte. Do not listen to the weakling. He denies his lineage because he fears it.
I like your jacket. Very strappy.
You want it? You can have it. Just help me undo these buckles in the back and all.
What are you doing? The uniform of this army is sacred. We shall wear it proudly until the battle is over. Help me.
Yeah, we can get a strappy jacket from
Flank!
him.
No, wait, counterflank. No,
He doesn't have any opinion on the statue. Well, Crispin's half blind.
Behind you,
Maybe if we just show him a big pointy claw.
Greetings, Dr. Loboto. If I may say so, your claw is looking especially menacing today. One moment. If you're Dr. Loboto, what happened to your face? Where's your strappy jacket? You inmates are getting ever more clever, but you still can't fool old Crispin Whitehead. I'm an orderly, you know. I am not an imposter. Good day.
I
my
guess that
trusted spy. Tell me what you know. Sacre bleu! I have been hit!
Huh. Well, this is pleasant. Nice little room. Two people engaged in a intense battle of wits. Vases that I can smash. I like it. Let's see if we can get a beat on where we are. Yeah, that doesn't help. There appears to be something in the fireplace. Nothing with the clock. And there appear to be, two very different individuals. Hiding some figments that I... One right there. So we have Fred. And, Napoleon. Looking a little bluer than I would think.
Who's winning?
Nobody's winning! Want to know who's losing? The Bonaparte family name!
Look, I forfeit, okay? You win. Napoleon Bonaparte wins again.
Is that the real Napoleon Bonaparte? I mean the imaginary real Napoleon Bonaparte?
Yeah, I'm actually related to him. Can you believe it?
Shut up! Stop telling people that shameful fact. I don't even want to be here. But when this sad excuse for a Bonaparte lost a simple game of war to a feeble-minded invalid, I just could not take it anymore. I was forced to take control, and I will stay in control until I beat the love of victory into this degenerate swine who dares to call himself a Bonaparte.
No, really, great-great-great-grandpa Napoleon, I do love victory, like, a ton. I love it so much. You can go now, I swear.
Your move!
Well, that was rather politically incorrect, Mr. Bonaparte. I was pretty sure that hatbox tag didn't exist before that conversation.
Who's winning now?
Who do you think?
Who's winning now?
Ha! My blood runs hot with passion for battle.
Oh, and now I'm on fire. Great.
Sorry, Fred.
Not me. You're supposed to be moving the pieces around.
I am not short, but you should know for future reference that small people do not enjoy being lifted up as if they were children. I am an emperor! I am king!
Well, as long as we have telekinesis, might as well get this thing out of the fire.
Hey, you found my super valuable rare coin.
Yeah. Can I have it?
Knock yourself out. I got enough memories of my dumb ancestors hanging around.
I'm saving this coin until I find someone who could really use the money.
Yes, the magical imaginary money that we took out of somebody's head. So, here's the level.
What's this? My lazy opponent is actually trying to win? He has sent in reinforcements. Well, then let the game truly begin. Send in my best soldier. You, destroy that bridge for France!
For France! I hate your stupid bridge. This is how much I hate you. Ha ha! Suck on that bridge! Ah, yes. Now I shall go torment this poor peasant over here. Ha ha!
Oh man, now look. The bridge is broken and I can't move my pieces past it anymore. I quit. Napoleon, you win.
No, we don't forfeit. We're gonna beat you, Mr. Genetic Memory of Napoleon Bonaparte.
I like your je ne sais quoi, your joie de vivre. Maybe you will teach my long-legged nincompoop a lesson, eh? Alors?
That was intensely French. So, the main gimmick of this level is that we are playing a board game.
Ta-da! That was easy. Stronghold stormed, game 1.
Oh, you have to storm the stronghold with your knight, you stupid fool.
Oh,
And as you can see, we can't just cheat our way to the end.
excuse me, Mr. Bonaparte, but how do you play this game?
This game is so easy, even a child like you can play it. All my worthless descendant has to do is move a knight piece into the center of my stronghold. Haha, but his knight isn't even on the board. He's hiding out in that house.
Well, maybe he's got a good reason.
And knights are good at storming strongholds, but they are no good at field combat. So he'll also need a strong militia to fight my soldiers. But he has no militia. His people are hiding out in their houses, hopeless, hungry, and unarmed.
Yeah, but
And if they came out to form a strong militia, they wouldn't be able to move around the board because I keep breaking his bridges.
hey, that part is your fault.
He could easily fix the bridges I keep breaking if he just had a carpenter. But his carpenter is hiding out in his house, afraid.
Well, war is scary.
So you see, it is an easy game, but Fred has already lost it.
Not this time. This time, we're going to win.
No, we're not.
Fred, shut up.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes perfect sense.
Hey, can you give me a little hint here?
Well, you need to enlist a carpenter so you can fix that bridge I broke, stupid.
Thank you, Napoleon.
Man, this salt shaker is totally in the way. I'll bet the real Napoleon never had to worry about stuff like this.
Probably not. But I'm not up on my French history, I wouldn't know. Now, this level has 3 different levels to it. The first one, of course, being that room we were just in. The second one being the overall game board, which gives us a better view of, well, everything. A couple of things to collect, and some indications about where to go. The third level, as you can probably guess, is going to take us significantly closer to this game board. But first, let's taunt
Word
the
to the
knight.
wise, give up while you can. Fred's gonna win. I can burn wood with my mind.
Well, that would be how you say, cheating!
Maybe, but it would be so satisfying.
Hey, don't touch my pieces! That is cheating!
Fine. And you can see from where we're standing, there are several houses with these little yellow exclamation points over them. And when we look at some other houses, they have a blue glow. When we investigate these, we'll be able to zero in on the game board in these particular locations and take care of whatever's going on in them. Quick overview, just to make sure that those are our current objectives. That's why they've got the bouncing exclamation points. and those are in fact the ideal place to start. So, as the top of this house suggests, this is the carpenter's. And since we need a carpenter to make some bridges, might as well go and get him first. And dust while we're at it.
Got it! Hello in there. Any carpenters home?
Go away, burglar.
I'm not a burglar. I'm a recruiter for Fred Bonaparte's army. We're a little light in our Corps of Engineers, see?
Listen, I know you're a burglar. I've been listening to your footsteps on my roof all night trying to break in. Why don't you just slide down the chimney? I got a nice fire going for you in here, Mr. Burglar.
Okay, if I'm a burglar, then how can I be down here talking to you and up on the roof at the same time?
Maybe you're a ventriloquist.
Listen, if I go see what's up on your roof and take care of it, will you come out and help fight Napoleon?
Maybe.
Good enough.
Okay, so we have to take care of this guy's poor home security. Now, this level, as far as I'm concerned, second only to Mia's race, is the worst place for collecting figments. Part of that is because this level is actually huge. It's, when you get down to this level, there's a lot of ground to cover and a lot of little places to, you know, poke around in. And not a significant number of figments. I think there's 143. And for how big this place is, that's not a whole lot. Most of them aren't too terribly difficult to find, but due to a couple of interesting design decisions, they're not easy to get all the time. I'm also pretty well convinced that there is one figment, just one, that's actually outside the main area of the game board. That is the place that we're investigating over here, the darker squares. Or octagons along the side? Whatever they are. It'll be a while before I find it. Now, this guy gave me some issues. You can see that his big shell thing makes him impossible to actually hit. It also has a mustache drawn on it, which is kind of funny. But fortunately, they're so heavy that you can just toss them into the water squares and, well, they drown. Horribly and slowly. Feels good. I think it's also possible to light the fuse on their backs before they do, and make them explode, but I just didn't have any luck, getting the timing down on it, so I'll just be tossing those guys in the river. Forever. Now, our objective is to still get up to the carpenter's roof, which is going to involve a lot of roof jumping. In order to get to the carpenter's roof, we have to go through not even this structure. There's actually... Oh, God, that was somebody's head. I'm sorry, that was a little distressing. We'll have to go through... That was another one, wow. Welcome to France. We'll have to go through somebody's house, and hopefully they have not been decapitated yet. I see you home.
Hello, I'm recruiting for the army of Fred Bonaparte, and...
Go away! Fred Bonaparte has forgotten the people, and we have forgotten him!
What? Fred loves the people. He was just telling me that some of his best friends are, the people.
He has abandoned us. He doesn't care if we live or die.
Look, I'll tell you what. I'll talk to Fred. I'll talk to him, And I'll prove to you that he cares about the common man, and that the fight is not meaningless.
I'll believe it when I hear it from him.
Okay, so to collect our militiamen, we need to encourage them. There are 3 total. They had to be gone in order. And our first one wants reassurance that Fred will not forget his sacrifice. We'll have to actually go speak to Fred about that. So for now, let's just climb this awful, horrible structure. I'll explain later. Right now, it's not so bad. Right now, it's just a nice rooftop with some trampolines and a smoke-spewing chimney. But oh, you'll see. Oh, also, here is the body of the decapitated lady that we found earlier. Nice. And there is the blade that does the decapitating. You can probably already tell what the solution of this puzzle is, since this thing goes down with proximity, and it has eyes and teeth and a very nice mustache. Someone's ducked behind him. Oh yeah, also, these figments. These figments have the best possible placement because they hover right above the tightrope. And you basically have to jump for them. I'm not sure if that was actually intentional. I don't think it was. Jerk. Oh, and there's a soldier who's, enjoying his time off.
This guy needs a duffel bag tag.
You can't actually jump when you're on the tightrope, so, you can't attack while you're on the tightrope, so I had to do that, the little jumping display to be able to hit that guy before he tried to knock me off with his negative commentary. There's also a vault. Oh, well that's sweet. Fred was an asylum orderly, and he decided to try and help Crispin by playing a nice strategy game, and apparently Crispin began driving him insane. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, check out my awesome platforming skills throughout this level. They are top-notch.
Okay, you can come out. Burglar's gone.
Wow. You're pretty tough for a ventriloquist. Okay, here I come. Just show me where there's some wood to work on, and I'll go to town.
I have to admit, I really love how subdued the carpenter is. It doesn't really sound like a video game voice at all, and it's different. And not bad at all. Just different. Now I'm trying to figure out if there's anything of use up this particular smokestack, and there really isn't. Except an easy way to get that figment. I'm also going to try and dash my way across this. Unfortunately, the carpenter is blocking my path. Still have to get him out of the way. Through these giant corks.
How about you fix that broken bridge over there?
How about you fly me over there? My legs seem to be glued onto this base. which is kind of weird.
That is kind of weird. Alright. So once we have the individual players, they turn to giant pieces and we
Oh,
can
now
manipulate
who went
them.
and broke my beautiful bridge? Don't worry, darling. We'll get you fixed up good as new and
Then you just toss them where they're needed and they will do their job.
Man, I am good.
Yes, you are. Now, while we're big, I need to find the ladder out of here. There we go. We can go back to the first level and speak with Fred.
Hey, Fred. The problem is people think you don't care.
What? I care.
Then lead them to victory, Milky Toast.
Shut up.
They think you don't care if they live or die.
What do they want from me? A notice on my official stationery that says I'd be sad if they died?
Yep.
Huh. Well, if that doesn't work.
Let me guess. You give up?
Bingo!
Ha! Another game at which I would surely defeat you.
Hey, you take that little victory if you need it, tiny man.
Well, that should, help. There we go.
I'm saving this note for that guy who thinks Fred doesn't care about it. Hey, I have an important message from your fearless leader.
Oh my god. He does care. He does. I knew it. Fred Bonaparte is the greatest leader of all time. I can't wait to die for his cause.
Well, you might not die. You might win.
Hey, he's a great leader, but he's still Fred. Okay, hurl my innocent bones into the cruel machine of war. I'm ready.
Well, that's the spirit. I think. While I'm here, I might as well navigate back to the roof. Get those couple of figments. Now, this is one of the more aggravating aspects of this level. This really seems like it was a playground for a lot of ideas, and it uses a vast majority of the psychic powers for, well, abnormal things. I think the shield and clairvoyance are really the only things that don't get used. And while that's neat, and not at all a bad thing from a gameplay perspective, the transition between powers is a little bit clunky, and you're going to be going back and forth between many of them quite a bit. Anyway, our next... Try that again. Our next action is to get this militiaman to the soldier.
Take that!
Die! I kill you!
Sacre bleu! I cannot believe it, Fred! You have accidentally done something right!
I have?
Yes, but I'm afraid it's still not enough. More manpower!
Oh, mon Dieu! I hate bridges! Ah! That is for killing my father! Bridge!
Hey, stop killing my bridges. You're making me mad.
Oh, good.
How about you fix that broken bridge over there?
How about you fly me over there? My legs seem to be glued onto...
Well, it sounds like Fred is finally getting into the spirit of
Word to the
things.
wise. Give up while you can. Hey, can you give me a little hint here?
You've got another broken bridge. Get your carpenter.
Okay, Napoleon, geez, you don't have to be a jerk about it. So our next guy is right there. What menial task do you have for us?
I'm recruiting for Fred Bonaparte's army, and Fred really cares.
What's the pay?
Hey, check out this coin I found.
Money! Oh, man! Well, I'm off to die in battle, dear, for an incompetent leader who'll never know my name. I hope you remarry well.
More of that negative talk.
I just hope she doesn't spend it all on scrapbook-making supplies. She's gone nuts about that stuff. Part of the reason I'm so ready to die. Anyway, let's go. War ahoy and all that stuff.
Wow, that was depressing. So before we send him off to get slaughtered, let's have a look at his house and ransack the ceiling. Another one of those guys. Of course, my intention here is actually to kill the bouncer sensor behind him, not, this cannon snail guy himself. I also completely forgot how these things work for the moment. This inexplicable field is filled with enemies and, snails. Because it's France. They eat snails. Haha. The cork is up here. Oh, these figments. Is this actually where I... Oh. I think it is. So before I headed off to, grab that other guy and get him where he needs to be, I decided to try and grab these figments while I was here and while I could see them. This was a mistake. A terrible, horrible mistake. Rectified quickly, fortunately. There's the carpenter. And there's a cork.
Okay, you got your money. Let's fight.
Well, I hope you saved a little dough to fix that broken bridge over there, because I can't get to the soldier until you do that.
I think your accent changed.
Oh, now who went and broke my beautiful bridge? Don't worry, darling. We'll get you fixed up good as new in no time. Man, I am good.
Okay, you got your money. Let's fight.
Well, I'm ready. Send me over there.
Gladly.
Die! I kill you!
Haha! Not bad, Fred. What? What'd I do?
You're doing better than usual. And I hate to end the fun, but I guess it's time to put an end to this, as usual. Guard the bridge to the stronghold with your life!
None shall pass.
Oh, there's one more soldier, and you can probably guess what we have to do to get him out of the way. Fortunately, there are no more bridges. So let's see what our last peasant needs.
Hello. I'm recruiting soldiers for the army of the caring and generous Fred Bonaparte.
Weapon.
What?
Weapon. That's what I want. I'm not gonna die like the others, okay?
That's the spirit.
You get me my special musket, and I'll come out.
I think I left it buried in some hay in that heavily guarded building over there. Then I'll sign up and kill me some Napoleon lovers. Got it?
Be right back.
Oh, okay, that's a surprisingly sensible request. And here is our one-up for the level. There's also an ammo up elsewhere. Not too far from here, actually. It kind of feels like they were just added at the last minute to, you know, give something to get. Get that guy. Yeah. Throwing those guys across the board is pretty awkward, but it is so satisfying. Anyway, I seem to have run myself over in this direction, so let's just grab the figments that are here. Like, these dead people.
Watch it!
Dead people and Napoleon birds. Awesome. Still searching for that one figment that I know is going to be out there one day. I will be vindicated. Mark my words. And toss him into the brick.
Got it!
Now this house is a little bit tricky. Once we get up here, you'll see why. Yeah, you see, we have to get over to the right, but there's a thing in the way. Also, I can't balance for beans today, so that didn't help at all. Fortunately, though, we do still have our edge grab and shimmy technique. And this figment, which is placed just so that you can't get it while you're shimmying along the edge. Again, that kinda seems like it wasn't intentional because the bread is in the right place, and it's just really kinda awkward to make you do that and risk having to do that little platforming section all over again, and I'm not too sure that that was supposed to happen. Oh boy. You can also jump over this, but there's really no point in going to the other side. And this thing looks like you should be able to grab it and swing, but you can't get enough. Well, I couldn't get enough height off of that jump. I'm almost certain that what you're actually supposed to do is hop off at the very end of that, then be able to swing. Because otherwise, well, how are you supposed to get that figment up there? I'll show you how. Right after I fall off this building. Haha, that didn't work. We'll just move on for the moment.
Got it!
Work on that guy in a second. For now, going in this way will make it a little bit easier to get back to the top of this area, which will make gunning for that figment a bit less frustrating. Oh yeah, here's another one of those weird little mechanics that they decided to use. This is the only level that I can think of where an object is destroyed and there's a figment underneath it. As we just saw with that bale of hay. And it's only the one bale of hay, and it's only the one figment.
Hey, look! A musket! I'll bet I could arm our troops with that.
So this level really feels like it was, being used to test a lot of different ideas, not all of which ultimately worked. Or worked out for, the general game. I mean, they generally worked, but, you know. Anyway, we have a musket. So I'm actually going to go around here because I saw this, I think, when we first jumped over here.
Got it!
That bridge ultimately leads to the castle, which we'll be going to, as a matter of course, soon enough. At this point, I'm actually just going to go ahead and get that stupid figment. After a few jumps up here, you can just make a minor trick jump from over in that direction. Well, float right into it. I think, technically, you could walk along the, that one little protruding part, and then jump to it from there, but we can just do the float jump to it. Like, oh, this roof is neat. Yeah. It is sloped in just such a way that you can't, get any traction on it. It also has the power-up, or, sorry, the ammo-up for the vicinity. Which, as I said, not far at all from the life-up.
Okay, there's your special musket. Ready?
All right, now I'm all set to go rob that stupid carpenter.
What? I got you that gun so you could fight Napoleon's army, not the carpenter.
I've been trying to break into his house for days now, but he's always got a fire going, so I can't get down his chimney.
Well, could you just fight this one lousy soldier first? He's kind of in the way anyway.
Okay, but just as practice. Where is he?
Why aren't you using that gun I gave you?
I'm too far away. You gotta move me closer to that soldier.
Huh. Well, is the point of guns that you can attack from a distance? Oh, I seem to be in the way of being able to throw him. There we go. Well, good luck.
Cool musket, huh? Oh, wait. Have to reload here.
Die! I kill you!
But how? Retreat! Everyone into the stronghold! Rest the drawbridge immediately! Jam the mechanism with something! Anything!
Hey, you can't jam the gears. That's cheating.
All is fair in love and war. You have fought well, but that is far as you shall go, my friend.
Ha! We'll see about that. Fred? Was that you? Yeah, come on, we're winning. All we have to do is unjam those gears. I'm on it, General.
Aw, Fred's getting his vim and vigor back. But before we can do anything about those gears, we need to have a knight. Well, technically we can undo the gears and then get the knight, but since we're in the vicinity... Since I want to get the duffel bag anyway. Since I completely forgot where I was going. Alright, time to bag some duffels. There's nothing up here. Unfortunately, the carpenter is very close to the knight, so... Yep, he's right over there. We'll grab the stuff in the knight's vicinity. Soldiers, chickens... Lots of chickens. Bread. And... a flower. Also, not gonna lie, I completely forgot that was gonna happen. Whee! Alright, knight.
Hello?
Sorry, I can't storm Napoleon's stronghold today. Too weak.
Oh, okay. Want me to call a doctor?
No, I'm not sick. I just can't find any decent food around here. An army moves on its stomach, you know. An elite force such as I require an elite cuisine, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, I'll keep on the lookout for some place with good takeout.
Only the best, young lad. I am a Frenchman, and anything but the finest French delicacy might bruise my palate and leave me unable to storm anything, save the vomitorium.
Ew.
Well... guess that's what the snails are for. And more chickens. There are also a couple of things over in this direction. Behind here is the hat box and the final cobweb. Up here are some rabid Napoleon squirrels. And way up here, if you look into this window, well, what do you know? Neat little bit of dream logic there.
Yep.
So they've done that, it's time to get big and get snails.
Good work on that bridge there.
Yeah, I think I nailed that one. Carpenter joke.
Alright, snail collection. These guys are a little bit tough to get if you don't realize you can just TK them over. this simplifies matters substantially. Otherwise, you have to run after them and whack them, and they just... well, you can see they run away from you, so then you have to try and corner them. Just frustrating. Now, these trees are the only instance in the game where repeatedly hitting something causes figments to react. Again, one of those little oddities that only appear in this level. These figments, these trees also require multiple attacks. Not even this triple attack that I'm using is going to knock down all of the... what are these? Peaches? Apples? Magical mystery fruit. They actually require a second run through, which I honestly completely forgotten, that's why I'm not doing it right now. If you want a challenge, though, you can actually jump up into the trees and grab them while they're still attached. It's, not efficient at all. But an interesting footnote. See? I think it's not efficient and not actually possible to get everything by doing this. There are a few things that are just slightly too high or in a weird place for you to just jump to them. Yeah, I see there. This guy before he becomes too much of a nuisance, and grab the last snail.
Okay, snails, it's time to serve the cause.
So be it! If it is truly a time of war, then we are ready. We can no longer pull our heads into our shells and hide. We are, after all, armored warriors, and this is our land too. We may not be fast, but we always march upon the glittering path of righteousness, for we created ourselves from our hearts. Lead us onward, and let us eat holes in the leaves of Napoleon's garden.
Wow. Right on. Yes.
This is the weirdest board game. So before we, take our extremely spirited snails to their cause, might as well grab everything else from these trees. There we go. So for those of you playing along at home, just remember to attack these things twice with a full combo, and you'll have all the magical mystery fruit dropping out at you. This central tree, which looks like you might be able to jump off its branches. Kinda, but you can't. This tree also happens to contain chickens. I'm not sure what's up with that. They are just barely not enough to get me a rank up. But that apple should be. Yes! Our confusion power has been upgraded to last twice as long and cause additional sensory damage, and we still don't have confusion as a power, so never mind.
You guys ready?
Yes! We're ready to fight for the fatherland! To fight nobly on the field of battle! Our shells are tough, and soon we will cover the enemy with our silvery trails!
Okay. Just remember there are many different ways to serve your fatherland.
See serve here being a double entendre, meaning to contribute and also to be eaten. Allons-y!
Charge!
Delicious! I haven't had escargot like that since the Duchess's birthday. But even those were not so full of spirit. I am truly inspired. Come, let us storm Napoleon's stronghold and win this game for Fred Bonaparte. But do hurry. I believe I may be hungry again soon.
C'est magnifique. Now, we can't... Wait, there. We won't be able to get the knight into the stronghold until we get it all opened. And I do not believe that is actually my primary objective at this point. Let's see. First I got lost. Then I forgot what I was doing. Then I forgot where I was.
All right, let's take Napoleon's stronghold and win the game.
Game?
War! Woo!
Yes! The stronghold shall fall! But first you must fix that bridge. I can't swim in this armor. It is heavy and prone to discoloration.
Well, we can't have that. But let's get in position to be ready for when we do. And we can't just shrink down near this thing, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to find a house nearby. A house nearby where I realized I had not collected all the figments by following the chimney path. And this is going to prove to be my downfall. Yeah, gonna need to be up in that chimney. Now this particular house is not a big deal. I just was having difficulty getting up to the actual chimney. But fortunately, the hitbox on the updraft is fairly generous, so it wasn't too bad. And these guys are aligned properly. Unfortunately, this led me back to this place. And let me tell you something right now. When I came here trying to get these figments, just these two different paths of figments, over there and over to the left, right, whatever, they, something is wrong with the placement of these figments. And generally speaking, when you come off one of these updrafts, you should be able to just glide, and the glide will take you straight through them if you just push forward on the analog stick and let it go. This is not the case with this particular updraft, or one that I will be visiting soon. No, in fact, these figments seem to have been placed with the assumption that you would somehow be holding your forward momentum from walking. And while under normal circumstances that's fine, you have to reach these from a jump, which gives you 0 horizontal momentum, nothing that you can work with, and, well, as you can see, not quite enough height. And that little green bird is responsible for at least 10 minutes of me jumping on these trampolines, trying to fly right into it. You can also see that this one is poorly placed. It's slightly too high to actually reach if you're doing this the regular way. Anyway, no exaggeration, that thing took 10 minutes. Not this one. This one was aggravating, but there's a workaround. If I can reach it. Yeah, this giant bridge makes it very easy to just haul off, make a nice jump, and glide into that missing figment. That one actually seems like it might have been intended to work that way. That bird, though, won't let you reach it from here. Won't let you reach it from the other platform. You have to actually find a way to get to the edge of the trampoline, get your maximum height, and possibly get some divine intervention before you are just barely high enough to reach it. I'll spare you the details because so aggravating. But one of the main problems is that when you get to that particular trampoline, because of the position of the sign, it will knock you down every third jump. You saw that the first jump, when the video came back in, was lower than the others. That was not the first jump I'd made on the trampoline. The sign somehow puts up a barrier. I guess the hitbox is all wonky, and you just wind up going underneath it. So you have to time that jump extremely carefully. And unfortunately, that roof is very poorly designed, so you just wind up sliding off of it more often than you really should. Now, this jump actually is a very similar problem. As you can see, I'm descending well before I should ever reach those birds, even though they seem to be on a perfectly good path to letting you hit them from that glide. Fortunately, again, there are ways around this. And I'm sure that it's possible to hit them from a glide. I honestly don't remember having so much trouble with these figments last time I played, but that was back in... You know what, let's not even discuss how long ago it was. It was a while. So either I was just missing what's supposed to be going on, which I admit is entirely possible, or these are just, in bad, terrible, awful places. Fortunately, the way geometry works in Psychonauts very rarely involves invisible walls, so if you can find a way to get up on top of something, you'll usually manage to get a foothold. If. And that was just my bad timing, usually. Now there's a third one up there, which cannot be reached via this roof. I don't think... Yeah, okay. But with a little ingenuity and elbow grease, all things are possible. I'm not sure how intentional this is, either. I mean, there's a nice flat place where you can, just land. But there's so much luck involved getting up there that it can't possibly be intended. I mean, it could possibly be intended, the developers just jerks, but I prefer to think that maybe there was some weird oversights going on with figment placement at the time. Anyway, that little sojourn has brought us back to the fortress. And this is not the way you want to enter. Because there are guys throwing cannonballs at you the entire time. Fortunately, water in these later levels seems to be kind enough to not kill you instantly. So it'll just drop you off, well, at basically the perfect spot. Yep. Ta-da! Up from this direction, which is unfortunately because it would make things a lot simpler if, say, you fell off constantly. And unfortunately we can't reach whatever strange device is blocking the gears from this side, so we're just gonna have to make a roundabout. And repeatedly get shot in the face for our troubles. Of course, Napoleon's infamous Zeppelin Corps. Of course, my inability to plan jumps properly. That's better. Alright, now here is one of the cannoners who can inexplicably fire through this sword, which is a bit aggravating because they can't see through it. I don't know why they can fire through it. But as soon as we jump over it, he will see us, target us, and fire at us. Which means that happens a lot. Let me try it again. There we go. Watch it! And then he died. There's just one more guy over here. Fortunately, some good deft maneuvering and blind luck saw us through that one. And we can take out this... whatever that is. And ta-da! The bridge is down. At this point, if I can find another cork and go back up to our second level of play, it's possible to win the match and finish out the level. However, I'm pretty close to getting the 100%, so there's no real point in doing that until we've finished our figment collection, which isn't too terrible. If I can aim, it'd be even better. Also, as you can see, one of the vaults is running around inside of the fortress, so we gotta get that. So obviously the genetic memory of Napoleon represents Fred's spirit and will, and having it crushed by Crispin caused him to have a nervous breakdown. Neat. Now, as you can see, we're only missing a few figments. Most of them are in a little cluster. And here's where my memory theory of something being out in the woods kicked in. And I am absolutely certain there is something out here. And you should know, because I did not cut the video, that I found it pretty quickly, at least. Most of them were an oversight on my part. There was actually a particular chimney updraft that I either used, but didn't look all the way around for, or just for some reason neglected to use entirely. And it's not over here, although this is a nice shot of the level. They all have to be right up here. Well, not up exactly, but across. They're nearby. And that's 3 of them accounted for. So, what's the last one? The 4th one that we were missing? Well, as it turns out, it's actually pretty close by. And yes, it's in the forest. There it is. The elusive pixie. And there we go. And that is Waterloo World completed, except for its primary objective. Huzzah! So with all that out of the way, let's go deliver that knight unto victory.
Your walls are no thicker than the crust of a creme brulee. Behold the mighty tapping of my spoon.
What? What is this? Fred! Did you do this?
Huh? What?
I can't believe it! You are a Bonaparte! There is some Napoleon in your veins after all!
Well, maybe.
Finally, I can resign myself back into my glorious history. The future is yours, Fred Bonaparte. You are indeed a true warrior. Go forth and fight all your battles with the same determination you showed here, and your life will be an endless parade of victories, like mine.
Yes, well, except for that last one, the one in Waterloo.
I was sick that day. Very bad stomach cramp, let me tell you. That's why I've always got my hand tucked in here, you know? You'll find out when you're older. It's hereditary.
Is he really gone? Hello? Hello? Anyone else in here? Ha! We did it, Raz! I'm all me again. One person. Not French.
Get me out of this dang jacket so I can go strangle me an orderly.
Hey, good thinking, Fred. That sure would save me a lot of work.
Yep. Right after I take a nap.
Yes, what? Nap?
War is hell, Rasputin, and I'm sleepy. I'll take care of Crispin for you, just as soon as
Oh, man.